Guys, welcome back to my part 3 of my Columbine series. Today is actually my birthday, so happy birthday to me. Since I have been posting the videos every Saturday, I'm going to go ahead and record this anyway, just because I know you've been waiting for this part. So, on part 2, I left off with saying that I heard gunshots and I was hiding under the long computer table in the back of the library, and Eric and Dylan had come in. That's where I left off, so I'll just go ahead and pick up from where I left off there. So there I am. I'm under the computer table in the library, hiding under there with a chair pulled in front of me, and I hear the gunshots out in the hall in front of the library. And then I hear two guys walking in. They come straight to the back of the library, and they sound very, very angry, very upset, and they yell, "So everyone get the F up right now, we're gonna blow your effing heads off." And of course no one stood up. I stayed where I was, and after a moment they just started shooting, just walking around, just boom, 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 just shooting people. And meanwhile, I'm under my desk, just trying to stay quiet, stay out of sight. And as they're shooting, I noticed that they're both wearing trench coats. And those of you who don't know me, my brother Joe, he was actually one of the founders of the trench coat mafia. So of course he'd worn a trench coat as well. And so when I see these two boys walking in the library shooting people wearing these trench coats, I'm thinking, I bet Joe knows these guys. And I only saw their legs. I only saw them from the waist down, so I never saw their faces at all. All I saw was these two sets of legs with trench coats, and one of these legs had what looked like a gun strapped to it, and it scared me. To be perfectly honest, I was scared. And well, they're walking around, they're just shooting, and at one point I'm hearing all these gunshots right behind me. Just sound like a war zone, just boom, 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 just right behind me. And then I hear the gunshots come around the right to where the end of the table was, and then I hear this boom, this explosion, just immediately to my right, where the girl who I was hiding next to, where she was. And I went deaf. My ears are ringing, and I'm immediately thinking I'm gonna be next. So I put my arms over my head like this, just curl up in a little ball, hold my breath, squeeze my eyes shut, just waiting for this gunshot to come ripping through my ribs. And I'm sitting here for what seems like forever, and then finally open my eyes because I don't feel anything coming. I don't hear anything. I'm actually thinking, why have I not been shot? Why has he not seen me yet? There's no way he could have seen me. And nothing happened. It was just silent. There's nothing at all to indicate that he saw me or anything like that. And at one point one of them did stand literally right in front of me. He set down his rifle, just right above my head. I hear the scratching of the table as he sets his gun down above my head. I'm thinking, holy crap. So I'm sitting there as quiet as I can, just try not to make any noise, not let him know that I'm there at all. And it's another point in time where one of them actually did set down his gun on top of the table where I'd originally been. He's standing there literally right by my duffel bag that I used for my backpack. He set down his gun on the table. I'm thinking, thank God I moved. And I didn't really look around while anything much was going on. I was just trying to just stay as quiet as I could. And the order of events is kind of blurred in my head right now, so some of this stuff might be out of order, but I do apologize. It has been a long time, and things have gotten a little bit fuzzy, but I do remember distinctly at one point, one of them saying, hey, look at this kid's dick. And of course, you can imagine the images going through my mind at that point, and for years and years I thought I misheard that or something, but there was something I found out way later on that might have actually explained why I actually didn't mishear that, but I'll go ahead and get to that in a later video. And anyway, there's just gunshots and gunshots, and you can hear the fire alarm going off in the background, and the whole library is just filling up with this stench of gunpowder and sulfur, and they're just yelling and having a good time, and they're making comments about wanting to blow up the library. And at one point a gunshot did go off and I heard the fire alarm stop, so I honestly don't know if they actually shot the fire alarm or what, but that's what it sounded like to me. And anyway, they're making these comments about blowing up the library and saying, don't worry, you're all going to be dead in a few minutes. And I genuinely believed it, honestly. I believed it because as far as I knew, just from all the shooting they've been doing in the library, as far as I knew, everyone else was dead. I didn't know. And it's kind of funny the things that you think of in the middle of everything, because it's like at one point I'm sitting there with just curled up just like this, and I'm thinking at one point it actually comes into my head that I'm not going to be able to go to NandesCon, which is this anime convention in Denver that I just heard about, or I just heard about last year. And so I was actually thinking about that. Actually went through my head, which is kind of silly, but I guess just goes to show that even in a life and death situation like that, the strangest things do pop into your head. And also, while all this shooting's going on, somehow I had the presence of mind to try to ask the girl next to me if she was okay. I couldn't see her, of course, but I just kind of whispered, hey, are you okay? And I heard her say, no. And I asked, where'd you get shot? And she said, in the arm. And I'm whispering to her, we're going to be okay. We'll get out of this. We'll be okay. And eventually, after Eric and Dylan made this talk about wanting to blow up the library and stuff, everything went quiet, and everyone in the library is just kind of frozen there. It was deadly quiet. I was actually wondering if they were actually hiding or something, but then finally, around from one of the tables in the back of the library, I see this kid in a red shirt. He crawls around one of the tables and he looks at me and he asks, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm okay, but the girl next to me is hurt. And so me and this boy, we crawl over to the girl next to me, the cubby to my right, and she's there, and she's got, well, in the back, she's got this hole in the back of her right shoulder. It was this hole probably about the size of a $50. You could look in there. It was probably an inch deep hole. You could see bone and everything, and there's just all this blood just running down her arm, and I didn't have time to freak out. I was already numb with shock at that point, so I just looked at it, just kind of thought, okay, we gotta get her out of here. So me and this other boy, we help her up. We walk around the long computer table and we head towards the emergency exit. There's this hallway in the back of the library that leads to the emergency exit with a few offices off to the side. And I kind of just dart into one of the offices and sit down in a chair just to catch my breath a little bit. And then I see everyone else in the library who could get up and run. I see them all just taking off down this hallway towards the emergency exit, just pushing, saying, go, go, go. And then I get up and I head out the emergency exit as well, and we get out onto this hill that's in the back of the school. There's already these two police cars out there, and we all just take off running just towards the closest police car. We're all just freaking out. Everyone just runs towards the closest police car. We all dive behind this police car. We're all yelling at the police officer all this information that we've seen, heard, everything like that. And I do see I'm already approaching my 10-minute limit here for YouTube, so I'll have to go ahead and just leave it at that. So yeah, I'll go ahead and pick up on that next week, guys. I do want to thank you very much for watching my videos, and I'll go ahead and pick up from there next week. All right, once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.